for the block. It would be possible, I would say, that you could maybe catch the edge of the hole or something and cause it to leak. So just be careful, you know, as you're tightening it up. Make sure you wiggle it just a little bit back and forth, and I'm probably just being overzealous, but yeah, I just want to make sure that the hole, you know, and for the fitting, and as an example, this is what I'm talking about. So this portion right here, I mean, you have the shaft or whatever you want to call it, the bung, the pipe, you'll have your O-ring around that, and then this actually countersinks into the block, just like the factory part. I can show you what I'm talking about. See how it has that step? The length is just a little bit shorter on mine because that's the way the fittings come. You know, I mean, I wasn't going to machine a complete new fitting just for this. All I had to do then is machine it, and like I say, take off your O-ring, put it on here, and I'm sure if you want to, you can buy new ones. That'd probably be a great idea, but so far I've never had any issues, you know, this one or the last. But that's up to you. It's never a bad idea. So anyway, we have this guy, you know, snugged up. It's ready to go here and we'll use this fastener, M16 or M6 by 16, and then your washer. And then lock nut, and get started there. Okay, so that guy started. Now we are going to move to the other side, and we're going to put the oil cooler on. And this is different than most people probably would suspect. And it's different than what I've done in the past, to be honest, but I found this to be the best mounting point so that you would actually have more space in relation to your lower fairing and also the V-cal. You put this on the back side. So do it like that. And like I mentioned before, you're going to put your horn on your front side. So normally this would be in place, or interfering, I should say, with where your horn mounts, which is down here, right in this area. You may still be able to do it, but honestly, this works great. So, yep, I'll get it eventually. Just not holding everything square at the moment. Okay. Yeah, it's still not right. That's okay. There we go. Much better. Okay, like that. And like I say, I leave them a little bit loose. But now you can swing that guy over. Somebody at some point has messed with the harness, which I wasn't real crazy about, but whatever. Life's gonna be all right. So there, like that. Then you can, yeah, no reason to tighten it up too much. Yep, as long as I can move it a little bit. Okay, so that's generally, you know, that's your front mounts in place. I'm gonna loosen this guy up a little bit. so I can move it. Still got the other one a little tight. And you notice the only thing we really have left, oh, that's right, I already put that bolt in, so that's why it's not moving super easy. Anyway, I already mentioned clean all fittings and hoses and the radiators. You can run some water through the radiators. They should be pretty clean. I really honestly didn't have anything come out of mine except for a bee. I was I was doing it outside, and apparently a bee had gotten up inside our the house fitting. You know, I mean, just on the outside of the house, just the spigot. He had climbed in there because it had been raining, and he was seeking a little safe haven, and he ended up inside the radiator. Anyway, I got him out, and I think he survived, but whatever. All good. So, yep, mentioned this. Bend your lower bracket. It'll be straight. You'll just need to tweak it a little bit. Very easy. Lines up perfect. No big deal. Aluminum will bend. Strip the fan harness for the right side and route to the left. Already talked about that. Make sure to check your oil level after installing the new oil cooler. It may be a little bit low because this one may have a little bit, and it does have a little bit more capacity. However, it will be draining back into the oil pan once you shut it off. So it may be a moot point, but it's worth checking. So separate the harness from the right side, mention that. Okay, here's another thing that I wanted to make sure to mention. 1/8 inch from end of hose. What that means, put that trash there. So what it means is when I made these fittings, basically I made it in mind. I'm going to need this guy, and he's going to go here. So as you notice, see how it has the lines? The undercut, I've used this before. This is absolutely works. Just got to make sure you have the clamp in the right place. So you have a groove, an undercut, another groove, and then a last groove. So what you do, you just slide this on till you get to the groove. You know it's in the right place. See that? Do that again. Just in case you weren't paying attention, that would be me. So as you're putting it on, the very last groove is where you stop. Okay, see that? It's kind of like this on our forks. There's a groove here, which typically you would see that last groove. You know, and you know that you have it in the right spot. So I thought, why not do the same thing? It works really well. So now, the way that you know how to place the clamp is you go 1/8 of an inch, approximately 1/8 of an inch back from the end of the clamp. So, I'll show you what I mean. I don't know what it looks like on video, but about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, try and get it as square as you can. A lot of times clamps twist a little bit, but you don't have to kill it. But now you know that you're over that undercut. It'll be the back side of the clamp will be, but it is absolutely tight. And just pure honesty, I had a couple clamps that leaked slightly whenever I done my last one, and I went back in, tightened them up a little bit, and then they were fine. Just because a lot of times I don't want to tighten it any tighter than I have to. So the next thing we're going to do, I'll climb up here, just so you can see it well. Okay, so you fish this guy underneath where you already took some of the factory stuff off the thermostat, and you put it on the thermostat. Okay, like that. I'm going to have them more straight up and down. There. And then you can see down here, that comes there to this far side. And then we'll connect to them after we get this done. Start getting this guy tightened up. Okay, so hopefully you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Just hook them up on that side. You don't have to do anything special. Just remove and install from your old stuff to your new one, from your old clamp and hoses. And as you could probably see, I have that clamp coming out from where it needs to be. Need this to be lined up so it slides smoothly. There. So I'm going to get down, and although you can't see this, I'm just going to tell you that I am going to tighten this clamp up. And again, try and keep it about 1/8 of an inch away from the part where you're clamping it around, which is a thermostat housing. There. There you go. Like that. Very easy. So next you're going to need the 90. And then you're going to do the same thing to it. So as you see, go to the line, stop, and then we're going to put the clamp on. And then at this point, you also need this little 45. And we're going to need 2 and 3 clamps. So you see that guy in there, right? That is who we're hooking up to. So this is my clutch cover. Just thought I'd show that off. That's one I designed a couple of years ago and sold quite a few. And thank you all for buying them. Including this customer. He had bought several products from me, and I was very grateful and very blessed that he chose to do that. And then he also bought my underslung bracket down here. It's kind of dirty. That's okay. But that is also a Wolfewerks part. As you can see right there, it says Wolfewerks. And it lines up perfectly with the brake, which not really getting into that, but then he also had the HRC front brake mounts, which I manufactured, I don't know, a couple of years ago as well. So it's just a nice little brake bracket so you can run the Brembos. So anyway, moving on. So I'm going to hold it on the other side, give it a little push so it makes it easier for this guy to slide over, and then move it up to the line. I know you can't see it, but you'll just have to take my word for it. So this is the guy that you need next. Wasn't thinking about it. This one goes on the bottom. I was going the wrong way. I need one of the 2 3/4 inch. So there, we'll push that guy on there like that. Nothing like working on motorcycles and watching MotoGP at the same time. Or at least just glancing up whenever I can. Yeah, let's get this closer. So again, try and keep it around an 1/8 inch. It's just nice to have a standard, you know, and something to line up to. For those people in Europe, and I don't know, I think Australia also uses metric. I'm pretty sure at least. That'd be about 3 millimeters. So next, you'll hook this guy up like that, and then keep them going the same way. Do this guy. Okay, like that. So if you notice, we are very close to having the install done, and it really has not taken much time. So something like that. I don't like it that way. Pull this guy off, turn him around. Now I'm happy. Okay. Again, you can keep it somewhere around the 1/8 inch. And if